Hi, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. A little lesson that I've learned in life was learned by listening to someone else who was talking about their experiences. This was someone, and I think I've given this example once before. This was a person who had been badly abused by her partner. And the partner was very loose on the mouth and very insulting and very abusive. And he had given this lady lots of very, very marked, cutting phrases which had embedded themselves in her mind. She actually told me all of those phrases, so I'm listening to her and she is telling me, and he said that I would never do this and I couldn't do that, and every time and she trotted all of these damaging, wounding phrases that were like knives in her heart and in her mind, and she told them, every one of them, to me, until finally I said, wait, you're doing his work. He did a great job on you. He did a great job on you. What he did was he gave you, I'm talking to her now of course, he gave you a repertoire. He gave you a file. He gave you a whole playlist of things that are wrong with you in his estimation. And his estimation was based on his hidden agenda in the fact that he wanted to damage you so he could leave, which is what he did. So here we have this person who has been left by someone who abused her badly to justify that he didn't want to be in the relationship anymore, and then he left. So what's the lesson there? I mean, in everything there is a lesson. No matter how bitter the experience, there is a lesson there. And the skill in life, I think, is to realize what the lesson is and to learn. Now, in my mind, the lesson is this. If it is true that people accept you at your own evaluation, don't trot out all of those damaging things that you've been told about yourself. If someone says to you, you'll never amount to anything, don't go on to the next person you meet and say, yeah, well, my partner who's just left me told me I'll never amount to anything. And then you go on to the next person and you say, yeah, I remember that. He told me I'll never amount to anything. And that invisible unconscious mind, which I always say is the basis of a lot of our behavior, if not all of it, is listening. And it listens and it says, oh, we'll never amount to anything. So if he did a job on you, whoever he is or she is or they are, don't continue their job as an unpaid faithful worker. Don't repeat what they said about you. Don't go to the next person in conversation and say, yeah, well, he told me I'll never amount to anything. Because you're listening. Your unconscious half is listening. It's listening, and it will produce experiences in your life which will reflect those phrases which you have driven in like daggers into its heart, and it will shape your life accordingly. So what do you do when you're under attack? Not that I would know anything about this. You get on with your life. You have a choice. You can go and you can put out fires, and you can attend to this, and you can attend to that, and you can attend to this, and you can deny that, and you can put another counter, and you can do all of these things, and you can rush around. Oh boy, you can be as busy as a bee, and you will think that you are damage limitation. Well, yes, it's true, there is such a thing as damage limitation. But there's such a thing as getting your job done. And does your job include talking to this one and to that one? I had a well-intentioned message today that gave me a link to some person who's no more than me and has made a demand. I want to see this before I'll believe. I don't give a stuff what you believe. I've got work to do. And that's what your mantra should be, I think. If your mission is to produce great art, don't spend your time dealing with critics who say that you're not producing anything of any value. Get on and produce your great art. And if it's not great right now, by doing it and doing it and doing it over and over and over, it will become great. Just believe in yourself and get on with your job. And that's what I think is the important lesson, is that everybody is under some attack, and they've got the choice about whether they repeat all of that crap that's loaded on them, or they just get on and produce their great art, do the next great thing, help the next person, paint the next picture, write the next book. Believe me, as a writer, if you listen to critics, you will never write another thing. If you think that they know better than you and you keep repeating their phrases, you'll never write anything. Never mind reading all of that crap, just get on and write. Get on and draw, get on and paint, get on and run, get on and jump, get on and lift weights, get on and work. Do what you want to do and let the others get on and do what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, you're still just left with you in there, in your head, alone. So you've got no choice but to continue. You've got no choice but to keep on keeping on. So why bother with the other stuff? And definitely don't repeat it. Don't repeat it and keep on wasting your time dealing with it. Get on. Look who this is. Who are you? That's the woman I adore. Okay? This is a foreigner living in the Philippines, getting on with what we need to do.